FTX, of course, brought out the questions of if they can fail, who else could? And Binance is far bigger, but there have been some concerns here and there because they've had a lot of outflows recently.
And we allowed people to withdraw other stable coins onto other platforms to do conversion if they want. So there was not a liquidity issue. It was just there was a conversion issue that was going through the bank.
If Binance were to have any kind of similar issues, and just to make clear, there is no indications that they do, but if there were, I mean, that would be a big worry for the broader crypto community. So they're really rooting here for Binance to be more transparent and to prove, of course, that their reserves are intact.
Binance is the world's largest crypto exchange by far. It handles over 6 times the daily volume that FTX was handling before its collapse. Now, we all recall that it was Binance CEO, Changpeng Zhao, otherwise known as CZ, who exposed the rot in FTX and set the ball rolling for the exchange to totally capitulate. The radar is hot on Binance now, and things aren't looking convincingly good. There's a lot to suspect and be wary of, so we're going to be talking about these issues in today's video. If you're not subscribed already, this is the best crypto update channel that you need to be subscribed to. In the latest Senate hearing by the Banking Committee regarding cryptocurrencies, Binance and Tether came under heavy fire. Let's have a listen.
Economically speaking, these are zero-sum games, strictly competitive. For someone to win, someone else has to lose. That does not mean the distribution is even. We know at this point most people who have invested in cryptocurrency have lost money. We know that from the industry's own research. Grayscale December 2021 report said that 55% of people who have ever bought Bitcoin bought it that year. Given the current price of Bitcoin, those people have lost money. That does not include the people who have been locked out of their accounts. The list is very long. I included in my written testimony. So this is gambling. This is speculation. At best, zero sum. That's not including the environmental costs that Bitcoin incurs. There are also members of the industry who come from online poker. I would refer you to Stuart Hoegner, general counsel of a company, Tether, stablecoin company. He was former compliance officer of Escapsa, which was the holding company of Ultimate Bet. Ultimate Bet, from the online poker era, had a secret God mode where players could could see the other players' cards in order to defraud them, in order to win at poker. Stuart Hoegner was joined at Escapsa by Daniel Friedberg. Daniel Friedberg was the former general counsel of FTX. He is now their chief regulatory officer. Alameda, FTX's sister company, is Tether's biggest client.
Ben McKenzie testifies before the Senate, and his stand is that there are a lot of reasons to be suspicious of Tether and Binance. Tether token is a cryptocurrency that has its value pegged to the dollar. This means for every Tether coin, there must be a dollar held in reserve to back its value. So, how true is this? Does Tether have a flat reserve that supports its value? Suspicions began to arise in the second week of this month when Binance started having trouble paying out USDT withdrawals. Even though the Binance CEO has come out to reassure his users that there was nothing to fear, the searchlight is on both Tether stable coins and on Binance. FTX's collapse has made everyone rightly paranoid. Tether is the stablecoin with the largest capitalization of about $65 billion. It's also the third largest cryptocurrency, surpassed only by Bitcoin and Ethereum. But there are genuine issues people should be aware of and pay attention to. The New York Attorney General's office discovered that Tether, with the aid of Bitfinex, was hiding the fact that they were short of $850 million, meaning if all Tether were withdrawn, that amount would be missing, leaving customers at a huge loss. Tether and FTX had a cordial business relationship, and there are suspicions that Tether is barely holding on at the moment. Tether makes poker chips for the crypto casinos. Sam ran one of the biggest casinos. According to @Protos, he bought the most chips, 36.7 billion of them, Ben had tweeted on the 1st of December. John Reed Stark, a former US Securities and Exchange Commission regulator, tweeted, "Binance's proof of reserve report doesn't address effectiveness of internal financial controls. It doesn't express an opinion or assurance conclusion and doesn't vouch for the numbers." I worked at SEC enforcement for 18 plus years. This is how I define red flags. There's another issue worthy of consideration. Binance is embattled with the Department of Justice, the DOJ, on what is speculated to be a $10 billion payment settlement, which is said to have been illegal. The DOJ is therefore investigating Binance CEO and other executives for what it tags money laundering-related offences. It's likely this matter may go into a plea bargain. This is another red flag regarding the operations of the crypto exchange. Binance has responded to these allegations as not reflective of the crypto exchange. They say they try to operate based on the regulations. Still, the DOJ insisted that Binance had breached the US anti-money laundering laws. It seems that moves to nail the exchange and its founder have now been accelerated. This could be in response to the FTX collapse. As has been reported widely, regulators are doing a sweeping review of every crypto company against many of these same issues, a Binance spokesperson had claimed.
I'd like to touch on something that has been troubling me for some time. We know that FTX's collapse as the second largest exchange is continuing to have ripple effects throughout the entire digital asset industry. But if you look back to even early November, FTX didn't appear to have the necessary scale to cause an industry-wide systemic meltdown. Binance, on the other hand, is the largest global crypto exchange, nearly 7 times larger than FTX by trading volume. At least it was in the month leading up to FTX's collapse. And Binance's market share, now with the absence of FTX, I think means it will only grow. If you think about a similar implosion by Binance, that would really prove catastrophic. It would prove catastrophic for the cryptocurrency industry, and it would prove catastrophic to all of the consumers that utilize the industry. Yet U.S. regulators are limited in the extent to which they can mandate appropriate audits or appropriate disclosure of Binance's operations. Unlike the requirements placed on companies which are publicly traded here in the United States, Binance operates outside of our system. So,
Senator Bill Hagerty, a Republican, is concerned about Binance failing. The consequence would be devastating. According to metrics on Binance, this company is 7 times larger than FTX. Binance is currently obscured by the same rules that FTX benefited from and led to its collapse. It's privately owned and can't be fully audited as a public trading company that's mandated to disclose its books. Whatever the case, it's worth keeping an eye on Binance, so be sure to subscribe to the channel and switch on the bell icon so that you don't miss any updates on this story as it develops. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave it a like, and we'll see you in the next one.